Hello and welcome to another Sitecore FTFM video, Fundamental Training for Marketers, brought to you by 3 Chili's, the experienced technology experts. In the last video we introduced you to the media library, and in this tutorial we're going to be walking through the process of uploading, inserting and editing media files. So here we are in the media library, and let's start by navigating to the folder that we want to upload media files to in our content tree. Make sure you've clicked on the folder tab up here, and when the tab is selected, we get these options right here to upload files into the folder we've selected. If you click this first option here, you'll get a dialog box appear, which allows you to find the file that you want to upload. So let's go ahead and do that, and click open, and click upload to go ahead and upload the file. Right, now we're going to look at some slightly more juicy functionality available to us when we're uploading files. And that's found in this second option here, which is rather epically named Upload Files Advanced. So let's click into that and see what we get. Okay, so the view in the dialog window is pretty much exactly the same, except for this time we have these options down here. So with the Unpack Zip Archives option, we can actually upload and extract a zip archive straight into the media library. Perhaps most interestingly, you can actually include multiple subfolders with files inside of them, and when you upload that zip file, Sitecore will recreate that folder structure inside of the media library, which is an awesome time saver if you've got loads of campaign assets in various different folders that you're trying to upload all at once. So just by way of example, let me demonstrate that quickly. Let's head out to the document stored on my computer here for a second, and here we have a folder with an image inside of it and a subfolder. If we click into that subfolder, we'll find yet another image, and if we click into that subfolder, we'll find another image, along with a nice subliminal message there for you. So let's go ahead and get back to the parent folder, and zip that folder up so that we can upload it into Sitecore. Okay, now that's zipped up. So we'll click upload, and when we're done here, you can see that Sitecore has imported the folder structure along with each of those images into the media library here, which is awesome. Okay, let's head back into the advanced uploader, and the second option here is make uploaded media items versionable. So when you select this option, you'll be telling Sitecore to create the media file in the selected language only, and any other language version that you want, you can create that manually, so that's a really handy option for multilingual sites. The next option here, overwrite existing media items, is actually really handy for speeding things up, whilst also making sure that you don't end up with duplicate files. Essentially, you can select this option if you want to overwrite a file that already exists in the media library, which again is a real neat time saver if you just needed to make a quick tweak to the item via an application on your local machine and then upload it. It's really important to understand that if you want to overwrite an existing file in the media library, you need to make sure that the new file has exactly the same name as the existing file. Otherwise, Sitecore might get a bit confused and just create a duplicate item. If you work in Internet Explorer 7 or later, you can actually use the drag and drop option, which is the easiest and quickest way to upload media files into the media library. In the editing pane on the folder tab and in the media section, you can now see the images you uploaded and that each new item contains a warning. To remove these warnings, open up each item and enter the alternate text into the alt field. It'll help with various things such as SEO and site usability and accessibility. And actually, without alt text, Google doesn't actually know what that image is. To them, it's just a bunch of zeros and ones, so you need to go ahead and tell them what that image is. So now that we have our media items in our media library, let's go ahead and place it onto a page. And there are a number of ways to do that depending on how you use Sitecore. So if we're in the content editor and we come across any image field like this one here, we can click Browse to find the image in our media library. If you're in the Experience editor, you can click the image field where you want to insert an image, and in the floating toolbar that appears, click this icon here to choose an image. The Select Media dialog box will appear and display all of the items from the media library that are available for this image field that you've chosen. It's important to realize that the images in this Select Media box aren't listed in any particular order. So you can use this box here to search for the image that you're looking for by using the various different attributes that you've got here. You could use the predefined search filter over here, or you could simply use the search bar up the top there to look for the image that you need. If you'd like to navigate through the content tree to find the image that you'd like to use, you can click this icon right here, which is the tree view icon, and that turns it into a content tree view. Once you're done with that view, you can click this button right here to go back to the list view. Once you've found the image that you want to use, highlight it by clicking it, click Select Media, and the new image is inserted into the image field. But before I do that, it's also worth noting that you can click the Upload Media button over here to upload a new image to the media library if you haven't already got that file into Sitecore. Now, if you're looking to insert a media item into a rich text field, you'll see this option here, which is the Insert Sitecore Media icon. If you go ahead and click that, you can follow the steps to insert the image from there. Okay, so we've got a media item into Sitecore and we placed it on the page, but we find that it just doesn't quite look right. So what we need to do is edit that media item. So in the media library, navigate to the item that you want to edit and select it. And on the media tab in the media group up here, you can click edit. Now, it's important to realize that this icon changes depending on the type of media that you have selected. So if it's a Word document that you have selected, you'll see a little pencil icon, and that would open the item in Microsoft Word. In this case, the media item that we have selected is an image. So we see an artist palette here. And by default, this icon would open the image in the Sitecore image editor. Okay, so let's dive into the Sitecore image editor and see what functionality we have there. But this time we're going to access the image editor via the Sitecore desktop. So we can do that by clicking the Sitecore Start menu here, click All Applications, and then click Image Editor. In the image editor, in the ribbon, click Open. In the Select Media dialog box, select the image that you want to edit and click the Select button. And you can see that within the editor here, we have the option to crop, resize, flip the image vertically or horizontally, or rotate the image 90 degrees left or right. So you can see that whilst this tool is fairly basic, it can save you a fair amount of time if all you want to do is perform a fairly basic edit. So when you've finished editing the item and you're happy with it, you can save the changes and close the editor. To edit the properties of any particular image, navigate to the image or page that you want to edit, and in the Content Editor on the Content tab, scroll to the field that contains the image and click Properties here. Note that you can also get to the Properties box by clicking on the Modify Image Appearance icon, which appears in the floating menu if you're in the Experience Editor. In the Image Properties dialog box, you can add alt text, you can change the dimensions of an image, or you can add space around the image. Now, it's important to realize that when you do this, you're only changing the image on this particular page. Remember that this item doesn't actually live on this page, it lives in the media library. So what you're editing here is a reference, not the actual image itself. To edit the image itself, you've got to open the image in the image editor or make the changes on your local machine and re-upload the image into the media item in the media library. So really, we're just editing a reference here, and that's not going to affect how this picture looks on any other page where this item is being used. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. This video was brought to you by 3Chilies, the experienced technology experts. For more free Sitecore training videos, head over to 3chilies.co.uk/training, or if you'd like to organise a bespoke training day for your marketing team, email us or give us a ring. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you found this video useful.